the ball around the map to keep it out of the hands and out of a good setup position of the other team. So we're going to see what happens here. Chiefs are really good at playing recharge, and they're also really good at just being able to deny objectives from other teams. So Immunity have a really tough task to go into here against the Chiefs for first game Oddball recharge. Like, boy, oh boy, you've got no room for error here.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to jump into this series. It is the return of Immunity going up against the Juggernauts in the Chiefs. Let's see who comes out on top.
Yeah, it's winners round number 2, Immunity versus Chiefs. Chiefs are the dominating team in this region. Immunity, they have 0 pro points, but they're coming into pro play, and they're going to try to take down Chiefs right now. What do you reckon, Bluey?
Hoggy, why'd you have to like give it to him like that? Like, oh, 0 pro points.
They have 0 pro points.
Yeah, sure. Sure, but these are like all-star talented players. But it's not really helpful when you see 2 go down already on the side of Chiefs.
3 down.
Make that 3 on the side of Immunity. Like, that's really tough, and especially off the break on recharge, you lose all of your positioning. You lose like everything there that you might have thought that you could set up for. So yeah, really hard position for them to be in. And Madzi just dropping in on Ogre One like that. Look at the confidence.
Nah, 0 pro points. That's a compliment. The fact that they're in this position just shows how good they are. The camo's in the hand of Barcodes though, and he does have the pulse rifle as well, and the grapple. He's got all 3. He's trying to help out his Madzi with Bark. Oh my god, what a shot to take down Voltage. Voltage wasn't even weak, I don't know, and he just managed to hit the headshot. He finds another with Benno. Pips gets the back smack. 3 down now for the side of Immunity. So Immunity starting out pretty rough, Bluey, with the hands, the charge rifle in the hands of Barcode. It's very rough for Immunity off the bat.
You already see there, just like Ogre One was completely one-shot down in Whirlpool, and he still managed to take out Pips with 2, amounts of pressure coming from Barcode and Pips just there. Still managed to get a kill and sort of like weasel his way out. So this isn't to say, we gave him a little bit of a punch around just in that opening break of the game, but there's still a lot of it for Immunity to be able to do here, just to get their stuff in order. Pips and Prades both go down there, which just gives Immunity more time to get their setup, get that rotations in order.
Oh no! Oh no, Matsi's just running around with the sword. He says 0 pro points. Lol, I'm coming in with my sword. But no, the score's only 8 points. There's only 8 points the difference, even though Immunity, the side of Chiefs have sort of dominated the start of this game. Barcode's going to a challenge with Ogre. He'll back down. But the fact that they've dominated this game, but they're only up by a small margin, I think shows that Immunity are here to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the Immunity team, oh my god. The Immunity team are like, they're no new gooses. They've had plenty of practice together, with Hef, Benno, and Voltage playing for well over a decade now. And, Ogre One, such a seasoned player himself, and they've actually been able to get a bit of experience just as a team together. But as you mentioned, like coming before in this tournament, Ogre One did mention to you that they didn't have that much practice coming into it. So maybe they just aren't as warmed up. But that being said, I mentioned in the game before that Recharge Oddball isn't really a map or a game type that you can quote-unquote warm up on. You need to make sure that you have everything nailed down as soon as possible.
Yeah, Prades is stuck one shot. He's going to try to stay alive and call out for his teammates. The side of Immunity do have the camo. Voltage gets a double, so they still have ball control. Barcode's going straight into top gold. Voltage doesn't manage to get the kill, though. Pips is in front of him. Pips will take down Hef. He'll try to find Pips. He won't be able to. Pips is being real sneaky. Voltage trying to stay alive. Madzi gets the call out. He's going to try to take him down. Ogre One gets the kill on the side, where Voltage tries to stay alive, and he doesn't. Madzi takes him down.
Ogre One coming in really clutch there just with that backspack, because that pretty much denied a kill and pretty much said that they could retain that bottom mid position and then just start rotating pipes with the ball, which is exactly what they're doing. But as soon as I'm saying that, they kind of go down in that aspect, and Hef goes down. Now they no longer have that ball control. So Chiefs are going to be able to come in here just as strong as possible, take down the members of Immunity. But we do see Benno just taking a really smart ball play position here. Yeah, really, really smart. Really good from him.
Yeah, the score is only 11 points the difference. He'll jump straight out to find Barcode, gets a melee onto Pips. Pips is one shot. Voltage is trying to get him. He whiffs the first nade. The second nade does get him.
Still gets it.
Madzi's running the ball away, and they're going to keep getting some time, even though it's 2 dead for Chiefs. But it looks like Immunity are going to have ball control. They're all over the side of Hydro, and they're going to grab it and try get a setup going. Yeah. Swords up in 10 seconds as well.
This is really good because they're only 11 points down, and a Hydro play actually enables you just a lot of time. I'm actually surprised that it took so long for a team to actually get a setup here. It seemed like a lot of people were playing just up top gold and top pipes, which typically, we mentioned before, Chiefs, when they played at Recharge, they've been looking at this Hydro position as something that they can use like really strongly and they have. So it's interesting that this wasn't their first option to get a ball set up.
Yeah, it's 3 dead, 4 dead for Immunity, and the ball didn't get played. So this is Chiefs' chance to get a bit of a setup going as the sword will go into the hands of Madzi again. Dude, you do not want the sword in the hands of Madzi. We saw it earlier on. He just runs in. He does not care. He'll go for the sword. He's going to do it again. Now, he does know our players below him. He has the camo as well, so he's going to use that to his advantage. He's dropped down. He gets called out. He's just trying to stay alive. He does turn back around. Ogre One's running away. He knows he's got the sword. Oh. And they take him down, so Madzi doesn't get away with it again. It's 2 dead for the side of Chiefs, even though they had the setup Bluey. So Immunity's coming in for this ball, and Pradis is going to play it.
Yeah, Pradis with the play there means that they don't need to focus on trying to keep that ball alive. They can just slay out for the time being. Ogre One does have this sword, and he does manage to slink away, which I'm actually really surprised at. I thought that there would have been more challenge just for Ogre One's life to get that player side up, but, you know, all the while... Like, he whiffs the sword! All the while...
A little bit of rust.
Yeah, a little bit of rust there. All the while, you know, they actually have managed to take the ball and sort of reset it up at that top gold side. So we're going to see Immunity here, maybe able to make like a good play, but Chiefs are just too strong in their pushes. They're too well coordinated, and Immunity is just making some little mistakes here and there, which are overall just costing them their plays.
Yeah, Madzi will clean up Benno. Ogre One will go down. It's Hef and Voltage left alive for the side of Immunity. Chiefs have a bit of a setup going, and they do have a nice 20-point lead. Maybe they can close it out here.
Yeah, we're going to see what they can manage to do, because Immunity did go 3 down just there, but they are 4 up, which means they actually can make a really good strong push. But with Benno going in there like he does, and actually managing to stay alive, that's 3 dead on the side of Chiefs. So they may be able to flip it around now. You know, they don't actually have that much ball time to make up in the grand scheme of things in order to get this round tied up.
Yeah, it's just 1-4 down for the side of Immunity, and if they manage to hold it for a second time, that they can stop the push from the Chiefs and they can take this game. Camo's there as well, so Voltage will grab it. This is his chance to grab the Mangler as well, and he does. His teammates take down 1. Barcode has the ball though. This is not good. There's only 9 seconds left. Ogre One's trying to go in. Voltage is going to have to challenge top middle. He will take down Barcode, but gets the camo back. His teammate grabs the ball. Maybe this is their chance to get a bit of a comeback going, even though Benno is down.
Good pinch coming in there, and that ball pretty much fell right into Hef's hands as he was just sitting on bottom middle, so it enabled them just to rotate C-stairs. We do see a double. Is this a triple? It will not be from Voltage. Just misses out on it, but overall good play there with the Mangler, with the camo, making sure that they can keep that long haul position with the ball, because as you can see, their time is ticking up. They are making like really good ball time here and actually managing to hold the position really well. You know, we do see members of the Chiefs sort of trickling in one by one, but not really managing to break any setup, and Immunity's just able to sort of counterclockwise rotate here and sort of fall back on the Chiefs, and Chiefs just go 1 down.
2 one-shots in front of Voltage. He'll get 1. Barcode's 1-shot in front of him as well. He does get him as well. So it's 2 down. Pradis is coming to his right. He's the last man alive. They know he's there. Pradis gets a nade off, but Hef takes him down. Can they get the setup going? They are 20 points off the win. They've done a great job to bring it back as it is. There's only 47 seconds on the clock, and the time is dropping. Ogre One is going to have to challenge Madzi and take him down. Perfect 4-shot. The ball's going to be grabbed by Pradis. He'll go down. So the ball is in the hands, though, of the Chiefs. Barcode's got it. There's only 3 seconds left, and they will get the first round. Chiefs take the first round to go up 1-0 against Immunity. But a great showing from Immunity, even considering how the game started, Bluey.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Immunity absolutely have it in them right now to take this second round there. I think there was a lot of micro adjustments that need to be made there, especially at that end there with Ogre One pushing through, getting the 4 and being 1 up. All they needed to do from that point was stop Barcode from holding the ball, but it feels like their vision maybe got a little bit cloudy and they were focusing on too many other things. So I think we did see Barcode just there with the possession of the camo, but he has been dropped instantly, so that means that it's burnt.
Yep, and the ball will get grabbed by Madzi. It was 4 down again for Immunity. So the start of the second round starts the same as the first round, as the Chiefs are going to start racking up some time. Might even want to throw the ball over to Barcode to get him to hold it for a little bit. But Benno will get 1. He's going to challenge Madzi. It's Voltage we're on board with. He will get the kill. It's 3 down now for the Chiefs. Barcode, the last man alive, and he gets taken down as well. So ball time for Immunity. This is their chance.
We're seeing a lot of these really good pushes from Immunity where they sort of take 1 kill and then manage to magnify that into having 3 down, you know, and then they don't worry about the last player on the Chiefs side because it doesn't matter for them. They already have 3 down, so they can take the position that Chiefs might have set up from before and start to spin that into ball time for themselves. Like, as you can see now, they are up in ball time a good couple of handful of seconds. So if they can actually manage to escalate that into a little bit more, get some of these really strong setups that they have been showcasing, then they can take this round 2.
Yeah, as soon as they get the setup, though, it gets broken very, very quickly from the side of Chiefs, and they're proving why they are so dominating in this region. But Immunity is trying to show up the best they can. 2 players from Immunity are pushing straight in through pipes and gold. The ball is getting rotated. Barcode's trying to stop them from pushing in, but Benno sneaks in. The ball will get played down long. It's 2 dead for either side. Benno's got in for the melee. He doesn't manage to get it. Oga1's the last man alive. He's got Madzi in front of him. He drops down to get the kill, but he'll go down, so it's 3 dead momentarily for Immunity. The ball's back in the hands of Chiefs.
Yeah, now it's going to come to what else are we going to see from this camo play right now, because there is 5 seconds on the camo, and that may prove to be a really important thing here just on these fights and how they're going to go forward, because we are seeing Chiefs right now. They've got about 50 seconds on ball time, and there's about 4 minutes left in the game, but judging by how Immunity's playing right now, they are making good pushes, but they're just not making good ball time. So in the grand scheme of things, they need to actually get a good setup instead of just getting 3 down, sort of keeping the ball where it was before. They need to start focusing on rotating and holding the spawns.
Yeah, definitely. The setups have not worked quite well for them so far this game, but Oga1 does have the camo. He's going to try help out Hef. He does. He gets seen, though. The camo eyes are on. He's got a Mangler in hand. Tries to get Pratty. Doesn't manage to get him. 2 down for the side of Chiefs, 2 down for the side of Immunity. The ball is down at goal. Pratty's jumps straight up. It gets killed by Benno. Benno knew exactly where he was going. Hef's one shot, trying to back down. Pips gets a kill. All the players from the Chiefs are down long haul. So Hef has no idea that all of them are here. He's going to push straight through, and he's going to run straight into 2. Madzi's there. He repulses him, but it doesn't matter. The melee comes out. It's 2 down for Immunity. The Chiefs are looking pretty strong right now. They're up by 40 points, Bluey.
This might be where we start to see Chiefs focus a little bit more on their objective denial rather than playing for the ball themselves, because there is such a blowout in the time. 40 seconds to hold the ball is like a huge differential, especially when they might have been able to realize that Immunity's not really doing too great with their setups. Will we see, oh my god, Barcode here. How does he win that fight, man? For that long, he's one shot and he still manages to take out Oga1 like that.
Shots from
yeah, exactly. He's just hitting more forehand. Yeah, so they maybe just be able to identify that Immunity's not making good setups here, and they're just taking advantage of that and just making the stronger setup.
Yeah, only 25 seconds for the side of Chiefs. Pulse Rifle in the hands of Barcode. We saw in the highlights earlier from last week that he puts in work with this weapon. He'll find better. Hef gets the perfect flank on Barcode to take him down. Madzi's going to see Voltage in front of him. Voltage will go down as well, so the ball is still in control. Hef's trying to get the kill. He does manage to get it. Can Hef get the play ball, though? That would be big. He is alive. He's got a player right underneath him, and he drops down to take on the challenge. Pips with the perfect 2-shot, and then shot to the head with the BR. The ball is just being stagnated. Kills going off left and right. Voltage is trying to get, and he's cleaning up what he can. The scrap time is coming out for Chiefs.
Yeah, really tough for Immunity here. They are making the pushes, but they're not getting the kills, man. They're just not, putting down as much pressure as you'd expect. And Pips with this Mangler right now picks himself up a double. Like, this is the problem that Immunity is starting to face now, because as you just pointed out, they're just dying. They're just going in, taking these fights and going down. It seems like right now Chiefs have their comms absolutely on point, being able to point out who's on cross shot. And exactly, there's nothing they can do. They're constantly just dying to whatever Chiefs are throwing out at them, and there's no way for them being able to bounce back. The time bloat there was way too much for them to be able to get control of, and the map control was just nowhere to be seen from Immunity.
Yeah, the timing of the 3 down right at the end. Chiefs knew that it was over. They're just shooting the ground. It doesn't matter. They know it's over. There's no way that Immunity's going to be able to get across the map, but I would say overall, that's a strong start for Immunity. Let's say right at the very start of the game, not so great, but then they picked it up, and they put in a fight. It was not a clean sweep by any means.
Yes and no. Like, that first round sort of showed that they could give Chiefs back what Chiefs were throwing at them, but that second round, like, come on, Hoggy, like, that second round was a huge bloat. That was literally like just a straight up 100-second difference, as you can see, and I think the majority of that came from the second round there. They just weren't able to keep in control as much in the first, and I'm not really sure what broke down at the end there.
Yeah, every time they got a sec up in the second round, you're right, they weren't able to hold it for too long. Damage across the side of the Chiefs, all pretty even. There's no Barcode at the top. Madzi wants to come through, Pratties wants to come through, so the damage coming across pretty evenly for the Chiefs. But yeah, the Chiefs still look pretty good. Voltage doing the best he can. He's +5 for his team with 7 assists, so it was a good start for Immunity, in my opinion. If you're asking me, Bluey, they haven't played any tournaments yet, and they barely practiced. I thought it was a good start.
Hoggy, is that just because you love Immunity so much and you've known all
I
the boys
love
on them?
Ogo One.
You've known all the boys on them for so long,
He's
so
my
you're
best
trying
friend.
not to you're trying not to give them too much flack. You know, like, yes, I will 100% give it to them that first round of Oddball, they did play well, they were strong, but man, oh man, that second round, like, just you could see the cracks in the team and where their difference, you know, between Immunity and Chiefs was more so in their communication and where they knew to set up, where they knew to rotate the ball. So much stronger coming from the Chiefs, and that's exactly the kind of thing that we've come to expect from a team. You know, we mentioned before with Madsy being back on the roster, I always look at Madsy as being such a strong caller in the rest of the team, being able to follow up the rest of the team so well and give them the boost overall, and I think that's coming through and through. You know, if we see that next game, I think that absolutely solidifies that. You know, Madsy's just such a strong foundational fundamental player.
Yeah, and that's a fair point. The fact that the teamwork is probably there more so on the side of the Chiefs due to the lack of practice on the side of Immunity, and I think that favors the team that doesn't have the ball, right? Trying to break a setup is a lot easier when you're more so on the same page, but when you're not on the same page, it's a lot harder to break the setup. And even though Immunity got the ball and they were able to get into setups, it's the teamwork of the Chiefs that allows them to break it so quickly. But we're going into a CTF and sorry, not a CTF, a Slayer on Aquarius. We'll have to see how Immunity can go against the Slayers of Chiefs, especially Barcode.
Yeah, going to be really tough for them here, I think, because pretty much on every Slayer game, bar, you know, that one particular one last week when they went up against Divine Mind, you know, Chiefs are always strong Slayers. We're so used to seeing that. And for Immunity here, I think they're more seasoned in, like, less of the aggressive play and more of that, like, slower, more controlled pace gameplay that we saw in, like, some of the older Halos. And it might be a thing if they're just having a little bit more difficulty adjusting to players of the caliber of the Chiefs.
Yeah, the side of Immunity not working too well together off the start. They lose the camo. It goes into the hands of Barcode. Free kill for him with the heat wave. Hef's in front of him. He'll make him one shot, chuck a nade up, see if he can get him. Hef calls him out though, and he does get put one shot. He's staying alive. This is exactly what he needs to do. He jumps out and gets the kill on Hef as well. Hef tries to chase him down, and he still has the camo, Bluey. So Chiefs off to a hot start. They're up 6 kills to 2.
Yeah, there's no room for being passive on a map like Aquarius, especially on Slayer, because you're just going to be absolutely battened down like what just happened there. You know, Barcode's just playing aggressive. He had the thruster there, which means that he could be a little bit more lenient with his positioning because he always had the thruster to be able to pull him back into a position that he wanted to be or behind cover where he wanted. So, you know, in those kind of situations, Immunity needs to adapt to those kind of plays and then and integrate them with their own style of gameplay. But I don't think that's something that we've seen they've been able to do here.
Yeah, Barco goes straight in with the heat wave. He's on a killing spree. His teammates clean up the other 2. It's 3 dead for the side of Immunity. Hef's the last man alive, and he is running as far away as he can from Barcode right now. He does not want to challenge. Oga One though, he challenges him and he takes him down.
It took a cross map though. You know, we remember what we just saw last game with that 1v1 between Oga One and Barcode in that pipes area on a recharge. Oga One fell like a stack of bricks, man. Hard hit the ground. So it's good for Oga One to be able to get a little bit of a cross map revenge there. But I don't know how often we're going to be seeing that going forward, because we are seeing the score blow out more and more. You know, 8 kills more in the favor of Chiefs right now. And I think because of just how Chiefs are fundamentally as a team, they're going to be able to take that kill lead even further.
Yeah, Praddy still doesn't have a kill, but it's 16 kills on the board for the side of Chiefs. Camo in the hands of Barcode for the second time. He challenges Benno. Benno's trying to take him down, but he can't. It's so hard when a player has the camo to get the last shot. Benno can't quite see him. He will jump down. He does back up. Madsy will get a kill, and Barcode is trying to be real sneaky with his camo, but he goes straight into Benno. His teammate helps him out, though, and takes him down. It's 2 dead for Immunity. Barcode's pushing in as well. He's going to drop down for the heat wave. He knows it's up on respawn, and he's going to control this weapon. He pushes in, he finds 2. His teammate is right next to him, though. He's going to jump straight back out with the heat wave to take on Voltage, and Hef jumps out and does take him down. So Hef with the double kill. So good teamwork from Immunity. That's what we need to see more of. They're only down by 7.
Yeah, Hef gets a good double kill there and actually manages to get possession of the heat wave, which is essentially the power weapon on this map. I mean, let's be real. But unfortunately from the side, we're seeing, you know, Voltage, he's only got 1 kill. He does have 4 assists, but he's 1 and 5 right now, which is not what you want to see, especially on Slayer Aquarius, because it's really hard to get yourself out of that position. And Hef is just stacking those double kills up 1-to-1 right now. But he does unfortunately go down, which means that he's going to give the heat wave back into the possession of the Chiefs, which may mean that one of the players might just throw that back to Barcode and let him do his thing.
Oh, you do not want it back in the hands of Barcode. We've already seen it, how the game's been going with Barcode. having the heat wave in his hands. Ogre1 is taken on Barcode, who gets one, and he does trade, so Barcode gets a double. Madzi finds the other, and a perfect 4-shot on Hef. The last player is the top of P2. He loops around, he would have got the call out. He can't find him though, and he's back down. Camo's up in 21 seconds. So Chiefs have slowed the game down a little bit. He knows there's a player behind him. He's wary of the player down at P1. He drops down right behind him and gets the 2-shot melee. Voltage was looking around as if he had no idea where he was getting shot from. Camo's about to come up, and Chiefs might be able to get a third camo as they go 10 kills ahead.
You can see Chiefs' positioning there was entirely based around that camo coming up, because obviously that's something that you want to deny Immunity getting from. Even with the kill lead that they have, it's still absolutely detrimental to you and your players if someone on the side of Immunity manages to get that camo, because that could sort of give a little less leeway to what the score bloat is right now. But that being said, you know, Immunity have really struggled right now getting these power-ups, or, you know, like pretty much anything else on the map, whether that be the actual power weapons themselves or any just map control in general. It seems as though they're sort of just being pushed into one corner of the map, being cleaned up, and then they're just being focused on the next corner that they spawn. So really difficult position for Immunity to be in right now, and it's tough to break.
Yeah, 2 players down again for the side of Immunity. Madzi gets himself a double kill. It's looked like it's just free pickings for the side of the Chiefs. They just run in, and every time they're weak, he gets a killing spree for Barcode. 2 of them down again on the side of Immunity. Barcode backs down, stays alive, and Voltage, he's only got 1 kill. He's having a very rough game, boy.
Yeah, very, very tough for Voltage right now. Very hard position to put yourself in as a player, because at that point, you're probably starting to get into this position of they only have 10 kills to go. I'm underperforming. I'm not giving the team, you know, the kind of momentum that we need right now. And it's, you know, it's tough. I keep saying that over and over again, but for Immunity right now, they're just sort of beaten down, and the Chiefs probably feel that in like the response that that Immunity is giving them. So the Chiefs can just take full advantage of that, because they're such aggressive players all around as a 4. They know that Immunity is going to be feeling a little bit weak at the knees. They can just make a push off that and then just wipe 4 again, and then that's even more score bloat. So yeah, you know, pretty much nothing that I think Immunity can do here on the map to get control.
Yeah, they're struggling to get the teamwork going. The side of the Chiefs are a very well-practiced roster, but Ogre1 will go down. Vulture's getting the shots on from behind him, and his teammate next to him, that's Hef, who goes down as well. Benno's the last man alive, and he's bottom middle. He'll get cleaned up as well. It's only 3 kills for the side of Barcode. Barcode challenges Ogre1. Ogre1 takes him down, though. So Chiefs still only 3 kills away. Immunity do manage to get away from the Steaktacular and get themselves to 31 kills. They're on board with Pradis. He takes on Hef. He'll back down, call it out for his teammate. It should get cleaned up. Hef is going to run away, though, and he does manage to get away. Barcode will clean up 1. Hef is still alive as well. 1 shot. There's only 1 kill needed, and there it is. Chiefs take down Immunity 2-0, but a great showing from Immunity despite the fact that they had to go up against the Chiefs.